Selamat pagi everyone. It's April the 18th, 2023 and I'm in another big city here in Jakarta. Tangerang Selatan, or South Tangerang in English. I'm just here at the very edge. The river is the border between the POC on the other side where I was yesterday, and now I'm in South Tangerang. So I just came down here, small path, kind of more through a jungle, like lush green bamboo, bananas. So you wouldn't believe like you're in the midst of the urban sprawl here of Jakarta. But this is where I'm starting today. It's kind of the southeastern point of the city, so I'm gonna go kind of diagonally through the city. So just it's my third city now here in the Jakarta region. So there's a name for all these cities in Jakarta and the satellite cities. It's called Jabodetabek. It's one of the biggest urban sprawls in the world after Tokyo, with something like 35 to 37 million people living kind of all together, all grown in one big city, let's say. And Jabodetabek stands for Jakarta, Bogor, Depok, where I was yesterday, Ta for Tangerang, which used to be one city, but they made South Tangerang, I think, not too long ago. So there's like two Tangerangs now, and both are cities with more than 1 million people at least. And there is Bekasi, where my wife lives, which I already walked and explored the first day when I arrived in Indonesia. So there is one thing about the safety here in Jakarta. Just up the hill here on the left side, there is again like a gated community which you can only enter if you live here. The security guards know you. But the funny thing for me is when you look a little bit closer, it's kind of like there's like barbed wire. There's like reflectors for the night. For me it looks more like some kind of guarded prison system. And then when I am walking just out here by myself and late at night, which I really have to say I feel quite safe, quite confident to be walking around even, and still really have to say, I don't know if I'm just lucky or that's my perspective, but people are very friendly. I don't feel that threatened. But when you see all the safety guards, like all the systems they have in place for the residents here to feel safe, like this one here, then you wonder how safe you actually are just walking by yourself, or I'm just too big-eyed, people want to mess up with me. I don't know. I am here in another gated community. It's this roundabout. It's kind of like really nice, lush. So you can see here, like at nighttime, everything's just closed. You can't really like get in between neighborhoods. They just want to have everything closed down so nobody can enter with motorbikes, cars, I don't know, do something bad and then just disappear. So you kind of just can walk, but then there's security guards everywhere. And this community seems like a rich community too, like really nice houses around here, a lot of green, a lot of space. See the cars, people going to work. It's not like the traditional kampungs where it's it's like a house next to a house and no space in between. So that's like the kind of houses which you could even see here. This big white mansion, and then the side roads with some other nice houses, but this one especially. So kind of when you live here, you don't have to worry somebody gonna steal your motorbike, steal your car, like get inside your house, try to rob. So you feel safe because here's the gate and there's nobody supposed to come in, so at least you can sleep well at night, not having to worry that somebody gonna jump through the window. Well, the good thing about Indonesia that you can be hungry or thirsty, because there's every couple meters somebody selling some food or drinks. There's little shops everywhere. There's Alfamart and Indomart on every corner. So I just got up, started my walk. I didn't have coffee at the hotel just because I wanted to get out as quick as possible. So I just got myself, I don't know, this Indonesian kopi susu, coffee with milk, ABC, quite cheap. I think it's only 20 cents, but I need my morning coffee. Doesn't matter, some kind of caffeine in any sort. So this time a cold one. Later in the day when I find a guy selling hot coffee, I'll grab one. So I just left this gated community with its beautiful houses, some like crazy mansions. I had my coffee here at Alfamart, and then you just kind of walk a couple meters further and then you have this. So the crazy part about countries like Indonesia here, you have rich people and then poor people living right next to each other. This here, the houses, you can see even a rat walking by, like very dirty. This must be somebody's house here. People selling food. I don't know if you want to eat here. And then right across, all this green lush space, that's a huge golf course for the rich people who live here in the neighborhood. So you have like these different worlds clash like together. There's like rich people with this, I didn't take a video of this beautiful huge clubhouse at the golf course, like rich people with their fancy cars, and then this poor neighborhood on the right side. There was one old lady now just came to me, asked me for some money, and you can tell she really needs it. Like they probably don't have any income, no pension, nothing. So she really depends on people just giving her small amounts of money to get herself something to drink. It's really sad when you think about this, that you're in an age where in our societies you have some kind of pension and social security, that you can live with dignity in your old age. You work all your life, you get some pension, you have your house, apartment, but here you have old people who literally have to go around and beg for a little bit change so they can buy themselves something to eat and drink. So I'm just walking down the street, and normally people tend to be on their phones looking up something, I don't know, being thoughts, and I just look to the right while I'm passing by these shops, and you won't believe what I found. Look at this place. So that's the reason I like walking, because when you're walking in a city, you just have all the time, you stop, you see what you want to see, you take pictures, you have the chance to discover. When you're on a bike, you're in a car, you just drive past this, you would never see this. Like there's just a small gap between the houses here, and oh my god, this bridge here, it's like cracking. Doesn't look this safe, but it's, oh, cracking. The Liberty statue, that's unbelievable. Like in a backyard here, just next to the road. Oh my god. That's so amazing. That's so amazing. I don't even know what this place is here. Must be like a statue maker, somebody living here who used to make these statues and sell them. I was storing them here. Now it looks a little bit run down. I hope nobody comes out and chases me away. Yeah, just kind of like some bananas. I don't know why it seems like here people like to burn their garbage always next to the banana trees, palms. Chickens, it's a little bit early. But this Liberty statue, oh my god, that's just that's something I would never expect to see here. Look at this, that's so crazy. Here in South Tangerang. So here it is. This is the golf course. Nice and fenced off for the rich to play their game. And right across there's a military airport and police airport. It's a busy street this morning. So this here is the third ring road or highway around Jakarta. It's being constructed. This section is finished already, but I think they have to finish another section to open it. Must be another 2-3 years and the whole ring highway should be completed. They're really doing a lot of work here. Sometimes when I think about Germany, how long it takes to build a highway, a new section, they're doing a really good job here in Jakarta. I just had my last SD card, memory card for my GoPro quit on me, or it says error, so it's not working. So I had to find quickly shop where I can get a card, but it worked out really fast. There's just a shop here, a mobile phone shop, and I managed to get it right away. So that's Indonesia for you. People selling everything everywhere, so you get access to things very quick. If I were in Europe, somewhere on the edge of a city, it would be not as easy. You have to find a specialized store to get something like this. Oh man, is it ever difficult to navigate through these neighborhoods. Like Google Maps is really not a big help here. You kind of get a route where you're supposed to walk, but the area is so built up, it's just basically on a map, it's just like roof to roof. You don't even see the roads, the alleyways, it's just a complete mess. So you kind of, I feel like I'm stuck in this neighborhood, walking around left, right, then you standing in front of a wall, going back, try to get the next alleyway, and yeah, just feel like I'm in a maze and try to find my exit here. It just you take a wrong turn and then you have to kind of start all over again. It's just really difficult. I want to show you one interesting thing here in Indonesia. So if you live like in small rooms, I think these rooms must be all rented separately. So there's one room, somebody lives there, next one, next one, next one. So then you have these electric meters. And I know this because I lived in one by myself or with my wife when we were dating. And so you can, just like with your mobile phone, you can buy at the store, you just buy this prepaid card with a code on it, and you enter it on your meter here just like you would in your phone, so it gets charged. Whatever, let's say here 50,000 rupiah, so it would be like €3. I think there is one, for example. That's how it works. This is how it looks with the code. And so these here, they still have enough kilowatt hours. This one 15.56, so it's a green light, so it means you're still good to go. But some of them are blinking red. this one green, this one red. You see there's only 0.23 kilowatt hours left. So this means when you come to 0, your electricity is cut off, so you don't have electricity, which is kind of a good thing. So if you don't have a lot of money, you have to be responsible with the electricity. This thing, the only annoying thing is if you have it just across from your door, it's beeping all night long, and this makes it annoying. The other thing is somebody else has no money to pay, and his meter is beeping all night long, doesn't let you sleep. This one I know. But so I guess the electric company here in Indonesia is protecting themselves from people building up too much debt to them and they can't afford to pay. So this is a way how people have to be responsible with electricity, so they have to only spend as much as they can afford. Well, I thought this alleyway leads to somewhere, but again, I'm just at the end. It's just buildings, houses, here to the left, apartments. Again, I'm stuck, so back this way. It just, yeah. So the interesting things are actually in these little neighborhoods. This is where you kind of can interact more with people. It's not as noisy, it's more comfortable walking here, but navigating is the problem. So if you stick on the main roads, it's easy because you obviously can follow your blue location mark on Google Maps and you don't get lost. You don't have to get back, you don't have to turn around. But the downside is that you can't hear anything. People are just driving fast by your side, so fast. Selamat pagi. And yeah, you're always kind of in a constant danger zone because of all the traffic. You have to pay attention all the time. Here you can walk, nothing gonna happen to you. So yeah, there's pros and cons. However you do it, it's not Europe to navigate easily through the city. It's another local neighborhood. People always burning garbage in front of their houses. It's crazy that you're in a city with more than 1 million people. Actually, Tangerang Selatan has 1,350,000 people living here. But there's times when you're walking through neighborhoods like this, it seems more like you're in a small Indonesian village. You have animals, you hear the rooster everywhere, many trees. The roads are not really roads like you see here. And yeah, there's nothing to tell you that you are in a city, a big city, like compared to the size of, let's say, Munich in Germany. Hello! It's the local mosque here. Like I say, all of like here looks more like a village. Banana trees, cutting hair, chickens. That's the mosque yard. People trying something here. I have no idea what it is. Selamat pagi. And like I said, these banana plantations are for some reason the place where people are dumping their garbage and then burning it inside. And later, I guess, harvesting the bananas and eating them. It just kind of doesn't make sense. Somebody ran over a rat. There's some kind of orange black wasp or hornet, and a million flies. Nobody even bothered to clean it up. Pretty disgusting and smelly. Well, the one thing I can show you is, like, you see everything on video, you can see how it is here, how people live, but the one thing you can't experience on the screen is the smell when you're walking past. Selamat pagi. Some of these places filled with garbage, especially the canals when people litter and all this sewage goes down. The smell in this heat, like something like here, and people are just dumping everything and it becomes like a black solid liquid. Just such a intense smell that you just like have to have the guts for it sometimes to take the smell. So I meet some local guys.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
So I drink coffee panas, hot coffee with them. So I see that's what they're doing. Hello. Yeah. So everybody here in Indonesia, all the men, I don't know if you know, everybody's smoking. So that's the thing people do, have coffee and smoking. So I get a chair. Okay, here. For me. Terima kasih. So the owner of the shop where I'm drinking my coffee, it's kind of like people actually live here in these places and all their life is here. Like you're drinking your coffee, order something, I don't know if he has something to eat, but then you have just behind you have chickens here. So he might be selling his eggs right here. There's like a small pool, I don't know if he has some fish or something from time to time to sell, but that's like a meeting point of locals. Yeah, something to drink. Yeah. And that's where we're gonna head through later. But like I said, all the locals are really friendly. Wherever I go, it's okay. You just talk to them and you have no problems. So, Mr. What's your name? Nama?
Bajo. Yeah.
Bajo. He's just showing me that he's playing soccer. There's like a local soccer club. Okay, so I think that's all the guys here sitting and drinking coffee with me. I think that's him I'm talking with now. That's the other loud guy here, Inex FC. Ah, okay. So that's the guys from Inex FC? Yeah. Well, I guess when they're not playing soccer, then they like to hang out here and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes. You drink bintang? Yeah, bintang? Good, yeah.
Ini striker.
Yeah, well,
Itu orang hitam itu rekan.
funny guys. I don't understand everything they're talking. They like to talk to me, but my Indonesian is like I understand some stuff, but not that much. So I get these guys coffee, pay for it. They're really nice to me. Yeah.
No more.
Huh? No more? What? Huh? Oh, he wants my number. I think he wants my number. I said I understood no more filming, but it's actually no more, like my number. Okay, I'll get my number. Yeah. Well, the guys are really fun, but I have to go. I have to keep walking, otherwise it's gonna be late again. So, terima kasih. Yeah, Inex FC Football Club. Yeah.
Inex FC, terima kasih.
Yeah. Terima kasih. Bye. Dah. Well, funny guys. I just thought before when he says no more. It's like no more, enough of filming, but they're all just fun. They like to just have fun with each other, hang out. I guess they don't do anything at this time. It's getting too hot now anyways, and yeah, just having some fun with me. Probably made their day. They all took pictures with me in front of the shop, so I might be the first foreigner to stop by here in this local village, so they're proud to have me there with them. So I just left the village where I had the coffee with these guys, and so I'm kind of here. What I see, it's this whole strip here is like no man's land. There's a official settlement here with some nicer looking houses, and there's just a wall separating them from all this garbage, and another one, like another settlement here with a wall. So here's just what I think is just like a legal settlement, just a slum, people settling, were like maybe moving in from some poorer regions in Indonesia, moving to like Jakarta and to get some opportunities here. But what happens is you end up in a place like this, just with some shacks, and then you have to be sorting through garbage and make your time work here in Jakarta. And this is how it looks like. So for these people living just across, you're still paying a lot of money for a house there, I think, and then you have like all this garbage sitting in your backyard almost, and the smell. So imagine you're sitting in your backyard and want to enjoy your barbecue, your coffee, whatever it is, and then you get some wind and it all blows over the fence to the other side. Selamat pagi. So there's a cart here, there's a guy looking through some garbage. So it's a tough life. It's a tough life to be collecting here, collecting some garbage. Like there's some stuff burning. Mas something. Anak-anak, you have children?
Yes.
Yes. So a little bit for your children, something. So it's a da. So they have a cart and they're trying to find anything usable, what they can sell. I don't know if it's metals, some plastic bottles, aluminum, copper, I have no idea, which makes some money. And at the end of the day, you probably don't get a lot. I don't give them a lot of money. I just have small change now on me. I don't want to have anyways too much change. There's even a lot of food like chicken legs and all kinds of stuff here. So I'm not carrying too much cash with me, so I gave him a little bit. And I don't think at the end of the day, for all the garbage he collects, I don't think he makes more than $2 a day. That's my opinion. Just like to buy some food. What people can afford is mostly rice and meat, if even, I don't know, maybe some vegetables. Meat might be even too expensive for them, so if he has children, to have a meal for the whole family, that adds up. This here is the jackfruit, as far as I know. So all the jackfruit growing here, you see when they're a little bit bigger, people protect them with some plastic bags. Must be because of some animals that they don't eat them. So here's some. I think they can get really big, like huge. So they just let them grow until they reach their size, and then they harvest them. They use it a lot in the food here. It's I can eat it, but it doesn't have really I don't know, not whatever that nice flavor to me. It's just kind of eating plain vegetables, but people like it here. Wherever you go in the world, you will find, I would assume, because in all the countries I have been, you find German cars. Even walking here, I can see BMW car dealers, Mercedes, Audi. You won't find that easy other European car brands. Mostly Japanese here in Indonesia, but German cars you'll find everywhere. This Mercedes-Benz is like a real classy car. This one would be worth a lot of money even in Germany. And even It's in a good shape. Looks really good. If you had this car in Germany, couple 10,000 euros for this kind of car. Looks really good. I want to show you one thing about cars here in Indonesia. When you drive a car in Indonesia or you buy one, it seems like the first thing what they do is they tint all the windows and the front even, which I'm driving here in Jakarta too. The one thing I don't like is the tinted front windows, because at night it's very hard to see. You have so much traffic all around you, all these motorcycles, cars, and if it's dark already and you have your windows tinted, sometimes it's hard to recognize if you have two motorcycles approaching you on the side, passing by you, or if it's a car. You don't see pedestrians. It's really not convenient. So if yourself want to drive a car in Asia, you kind of have to be, in these kind of countries, you have to be careful about night driving. The roads are very challenging, and if you're not used to driving on these kind of roads and with this heavy traffic, it's really hard to see and to concentrate on all the traffic. So you might want to watch out if you even want to drive at night at all. Well, sometimes there is no other way to get through the city here than just walking on a busy road. There are no sidewalks, and I don't dare to get into the neighborhoods, because again, I'm just gonna be standing in front of a wall, just get cut off. So I just decided to walk on the road instead. Like I told you earlier in the video today, when I met the guys from the football club, and they're just having coffee, hanging around, and every single one of them smoking. Here I want to show you something. Like, this is how they promote tobacco and cigarettes. So whatever it's called, Surya Pro. The game is not over, never quit. So it's kind of like never quit. It's not something we promote in the Western world, like cigarettes are not good, you should quit, you should get help to quit, it's not good for your health, you're just wasting money. But here it's kind of made so they promote it as really cool. I have seen some advertisement for it for the young kids, like skateboarding with some cool music in the background, and dancing, hanging out together. It's just they still trying to sell it this way, that it's so cool, and to hook all the young guys smoking, and they do a really good job with that, because I think 90% of men in Indonesia smoke. So the richest guy in Indonesia, guess what? He's selling tobacco, and his fortune is estimated like something over, I think, $30 billion selling tobacco. This is probably the richest tobacco businessman in the world. That's how much people in Indonesia smoke. Like I said before, South Tangerang is quite a new city. It was established in 2008 from the Tangerang Regency. So there is not really a city center or any old town square. It's just this big urban area. It's kind of a sleeping city of Jakarta. There's a big mall here that's kind of the main strip here in the city. There's a big mall here in the middle. The main highway through the city kind of goes left and right around this mall. So this is kind of the central part, and the city is growing pretty fast with some major developments here in the city. Some of the most expensive land is already here, and so I guess it's gonna gain in population a lot in the next decades. So we'll see how Tangerang, South Tangerang is gonna grow in the future. But it's quite a big city now already, and very busy. It's close to the airport here, so Kanohata, many new highways being constructed, so hence it's growing really fast. Okay, let's try to cross the road here with this Indonesian fella. Let's just go. This works good, better than when you're alone. So yeah, this is kind of the mall, this part here, and this whole strip down there, with like even some major developments. You see this big building must be something like 30 to 40 floors, this one here, so it's, yeah, being developed pretty fast here. Well, the last part here is pretty boring. It's the last 5 kilometers through the city. I don't even know if you can hear anything. It's so loud. It's just on my left side, there's close to the main highway here, it's the river, and all the complexes here next to it, kind of private gated communities, so I know there's no way through them for sure, so I kind of have to stick to this main highway. Nothing really interesting, just many businesses, a lot of traffic, and yeah, just keep on walking. Might even rain. It's looking darker now, so I kind of have to get faster. I just walked onto the side road because I saw this interesting painting. It's like some kind of I don't know, revolution, something, ilustrasi. I don't quite get it. This here, like some blood on, I don't know, what is it? Is it bamboo sticks? And then this, like some fighting, something like Indonesian freedom fighters. I'm not sure. And then this saying, 13 tahun dibunuh, 13 tahun tanpa keadilan, 13 tahun kami menolak lupa. So I understand some Indonesian. I googled what I don't understand. So it says 13 years of killing, 13 years without justice, and 13 years we refuse to forget. So I don't know. I have to maybe Google myself what it is. Maybe some of you guys know what it refers to. Some of the faces I think I recognize. I think this one is a former president. I'm not quite sure. This lady, I don't know who she is. And just across, Mickey Mouse, Jerry, Goofy, and Anak Indonesia Merdeka. So I guess Indonesian child, I don't know, like a freedom fighter. Merdeka is independence. That's a lot of fish. Gonna be all fried tonight, most likely. That's what I think, or tomorrow. Terima kasih. More fish. I like to eat that fish. It's delicious. Probably not the best quality fish because it's kind of in the mud and a bottom feeder in all these artificial ponds, but they taste delicious. This is something you see often in Indonesia too. People driving in the wrong direction They stick to the kind of the far left side here. But when you think about the traffic, how much traffic there is and how people drive, like these guys, and then this guy heads out into the traffic, that's pretty crazy. Not even to imagine in Europe. There would be accidents like right away if somebody tried to do this, but here in Indonesia that's pretty common. Well, I found a charging station for electric vehicles. This is the first one I've ever seen in Indonesia. So in Europe, I have a feeling that like 10% of all cars are electric already, and there's charging stations everywhere with all these Tesla cars and other electric cars. But here, the only one I've seen so far, and it's empty. So I guess people don't use electric vehicles that much here yet. I don't know. Might have something to do that you could get stuck in traffic. People still don't trust it. If you sit in traffic for 2 hours, how about the battery? I don't know. I'm crossing the Cisadane River. So I'm leaving South Tangerang city. That's it for the walk today. 25 kilometers. Today it's not as much as it was the other days. And luckily it wasn't raining. It took me about 10 hours. I thought walking here in Jakarta in the region would be much more stressful because of the traffic, of the condition of the roads compared to Europe, but actually time-wise I'm not any worse than I was walking in Europe, surprisingly. Anyways, there's a McDonald's down the road here. I could be eating something Indonesian, but I want to sit down somewhere with an air condition and just cool down. You can see I'm so sweaty, so hot, and I just needed to sit down somewhere, relax, cool down. So McDonald's was the best option, because if I ate outside, which I really love, I would be sitting on the side of this highway. It's heavy traffic and I don't want to, so it's McDonald's to eat. I was looking for some other burgers if they had something Indonesian, but not really. So it's just gonna be a Big Mac, fries, Coke. I looked for ketchup, but there is no ketchup, it's just Indonesian sambal. And this meal costs €4. So let's eat and see what I'm gonna do tonight. Hotel or head home. That's it from today, from Tangerang Selatan. See you guys. Bye.